Hello friends and family, welcome back to the channel. Stephen here. It's that time of the week again. It is Wednesday. Time for another What Did You Buy Wednesday, hosted by Joe over at Big Sky Model Workshop. Stay tuned. Well, first off, I'd like to give a big shout out to Joe over at Big Sky Model Workshop. I'll leave a link to his channel below. He is the one who came up with and hosts this What Did You Buy Wednesday that we all love and enjoy. If you don't know Joe, he's an awesome guy. He's got an amazing channel. It's family friendly, gets his kids involved, got some awesome builds on that channel. Like I said, I'll leave a link below. Go check him out. Well, I do have a couple of kits that I'm going to show you today, one of which we're going to talk about a little bit because it has brought up some memories from a couple of cars from my youth. Let's get the camera turned around here.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Well, I was out at Wes's Model Car Corners recently. You guys know I'm an old Volkswagen guy anyway. I have never owned one of these, and I've never actually watched any of the show at all. But I am a big fan of the model kits that have came out in this series of three kits. Three kits so far that we know of. The Stranger Things, this would be, I'm guessing, a 1980 to 1983, going by the body style, Volkswagen Vanagon. Never owned one of these, but I always kind of like the looks of them. I wouldn't mind owning one to restore now. Like I said, I haven't saw the show. I'm sure some of you guys have, so you know this vehicle well. Coming from Wes's, this is a sealed kit. Don't think Revell cellophane wrapped these. They just stuck the tape on them. But man, this box is pretty heavy. And last but not least, I also picked up one of the 124 scale 1979 Camaro Z28 kits. This kit does have the solid roof, not the T-top like the old Midnight Z kit from the 90s. I did build that kit in the 90s. I do not know whatever happened to it. I do remember that I painted it white and used the orange stripes. It was the only option we had for stripes in that kit, I think. But if you didn't see it, Matt and Jason from the Lucas E channel and Blue Ox Model Shop recently did a podcast on this kit. They are going to be doing a buddy build, and wonderful podcast. I enjoyed it. I'll leave a link to that video below. But it brought back some memories from my own childhood. You know, my first car was almost a 1978 Camaro Z28, like, you know, exactly like the one on this box art, except for the color. It was black on black. And if I remember right, a neighbor down the holler had the car and he wrecked it. He didn't do a lot of damage to it, it was just cosmetic. Had a guardrail-sized dent down the side of it on one side. Don't remember what side it was. I think it was passenger side. But he had sold the car, and I was going to buy the car. I was saving my money and was actually on my way to go look at the car with some money in my pocket, riding my bicycle up the road, and the car passed me on a rollback going the opposite direction. Somebody had bought it. The guy knew that I was interested in it. I had actually paid a deposit and a payment or two, and he sold it out from under me. Didn't have any trouble getting my money back or anything like that, but man, I hated that at the time. That would have been a really cool first car. It also reminds me of a car that an uncle had. My mom's sister's husband, Roger, had somewhere between a 79 and an 81 Camaro Berlinetta, this body style. It wasn't the Z car. It was, I remember it's white, and it had the blue interior, just the same color combination that Matt was talking about in that podcast. Of course, the Berlinetta did not have the scoops and the spoilers and stuff like that the Z had. It did have the rear trunk wing, though. I remember that. And he had big and little tires on it with white letter tires. Had the old Keystone Classic mags on it. I remember it was a 305, but I don't remember if it was automatic or 4-speed. Now, the 78 that I was talking about a few minutes ago, the Z car, it was a 350 and a 4-speed in that one. Man, I wanted that car. I would like to have that car today. But anyway, that did bring back those memories. I may pick up another one of these and try to replicate one or both of those cars from my childhood. Those are fun memories.
20 minutes later.
I'd like to take another moment and thank Joe again for hosting this and coming up with the idea of consolidating all of our Stash Shed videos into What Did You Buy Wednesday. This has been really cool. I mean, you know, we all like to see what other people's got. We love looking at stashes. It doesn't matter if you bought a paintbrush, a jar of paint, a tube of glue, or an entire model collection from an estate sale. Man, we want to see it. It's just cool. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of you, everybody who's watching, everybody who likes, shares, comments, each and every one of my subscribers. And those of you that have become friends and family, man, you guys, you're the very best community on YouTube. I treasure the friendships. So that's it. I hope everybody has a great week and a great weekend when it gets here. See you in the next video.
Hold up.
I love the show.